I asked her and she said, yeah, there's gonna be
What's
one.
new? Okay, getting ready.
On already?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on.
And welcome to What's New. Tonight we have two very important things coming up. One is bicycle safety, and that's very close to my heart because I almost ran over 3 little bikers a couple of weeks ago.
And thank God you
And
didn't.
thank God I stopped in time, but the part that upset me was they had no respect whatsoever for the stop sign. They don't think a stop sign is for them. They could just, we don't have to stop. I said, yeah, you do. It says stop. Well, you're not up at City Hall no more, so we don't have to listen to you. So, well, we'll take care of that. So we have one of our city finest who's going to explain some rules. And then we have Gerda Peck, the lady who's in charge of Gerda Peck.
I
So
wouldn't say that.
take it over.
Okay, and that is Jamie Inman. And Jamie, you got lots of new things to share with us this year?
We do. We have 117 crafters so far that have paid. We had 126 last year, but we're still expecting, we're hoping to get to 150 this year. And we think we might get close. We still have, just today I was talking to Joan Nolan. I am by no means in charge of Gerda Fett because Brenda Hayden and Joan know, and there's a lot of people, and they do all the
Well, you're
important
called
stuff.
president.
Yeah, I
You're
know. Yeah.
President of the board.
Yeah. But so we're hoping that we have a lot more crafters. We were shooting for 150. We have the same amount of food vendors as we had last year. We've decided that we're not going to take on any more food vendors until we get more crafters. We want all the nonprofit people in St. Genevieve, Gerda Fed is their main moneymaker, so we just feel like we should kind of keep it where the Lions Club, the Legion, all the local people can do. We want to take on more, but so if we get, we thought if we get to 150 or 160, we'll take on another food vendor, and we have a list of food vendors that want to come. So we have all of the same people. As far as the food vendors, we have a different snow cone guy coming. So, and that actually is going to be not. Some of the proceeds from the snow cone gentleman is going to Project Graduation and the Grass family. So,
how nice.
yeah, so Kuna Ice is going to be our snow cone. We had a different snow cone person last year that wasn't going to come back. So, yeah, so some of the profits will go towards that. That'll be nice. And this year, I just found out too yesterday, I think there's going to be a kid-friendly place behind what used to be Audi Cleaners. I'm not for sure what the two businesses are called. You probably know. But there's going to have a bouncy house and some other things going on at their own. They're going to do that. They called to see if it was okay. And the chainsaw guy from Branson is coming back, so there'll be demonstrations. He's going to be carving down by the Moses Austin area. So we're just looking forward to having some more crafters and good weather. So
Oh, yeah.
I hope today
Nice weather
is
like the
that.
fair had.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
Well,
be great.
Even
We've
cooler
been-
like today. would be
Yeah,
great.
we've been having the last 2 years, I said, knock on wood, I said, since we've all been the new board members, we've had really good weather, so I hope it happens. I said, we were stretching it to ask for 3 years in a row, but the last 2 years we've been lucky, so no rain. And we have a new thing, the King and Queen of St. Genevieve are going to be at the opening ceremonies, so they're going to be dressed in their costumes, so that will be something
That's
different.
like almost
That'll be
bringing
nice.
it back for 20 years.
Well, Sandra Cabot, is new in the...
Yeah,
in-
and she's doing the 20 years for the flood.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. Bill Nagar's supposed to be showing the flood, the revised flood video that he made. We don't know the exact dates, and I think it's going to show at the St. John School, at the new auditorium there, twice, I think. He hasn't gotten back with us with the exact times, but I think it's going to run maybe twice on Saturday and once on Sunday. So that'll be something exciting for everybody to get to see. And then they're going to do on Sunday, they're going to do the new Gage Park that's down
Yes.
on Main Street. They're going
Mrs.
to do the
Pinkley's
dedication.
old house, yeah.
They're going to do the dedication to that, and that sounds really neat. That's exciting for that, so.
Oh, they made a park out of that already.
Well, they're going to.
They're going
They're
to.
going
Right.
to.
So they're going to have like walls up with what the project's going to, what it's going to look like when they're done. So they're going to have that and then do the dedication. And so it's going to be about the volunteers that helped all the floods, but they're particularly focusing on the 93 flood is what we were told. So that'll be nice. But we're hoping, Sandra Cabot's trying to get people, volunteers, to dress up in period costumes and
I
then
saw
be
that in
around
the
the street.
paper.
So yeah, so she was just at the last meeting, and that would be, there used to
Oh, my
be back in the
Lord.
day.
We used to
So,
have a parade.
yeah, so I'm hoping
kids
that
did.
will take off
I
with
got rid of that
her.
costume years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, I know Mom and Dad still have their costumes from, the King
well,
and
yeah,
Queen's
and
Ball.
my kids, my boys just love me. I dress them up in them little knickers with the three-quarter. Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm sure they would dress
They
up
still
now.
talk, yeah, they still talk to me.
Yeah, get some kids nowadays to dress up like that. That's not going to happen. But so we're hoping that takes off and that adds to it. Maybe then some more people that go to the King and Queen's Ball will want to
Would
come
wanna
and
come,
and do that. So when we have the militia, that were the local Gary Shields group, they're going to be down at the opening ceremony. So they're going to go around, and I think a couple times on Saturday and Sunday too. So they're going to be in costume and they're going to be around. So we lost the French militia. They disbanded.
They
Oh.
There was a civil war or something happened between all of them. So they're no longer together. So anyway, so we lost that group, but we've got them replaced. And Stormy Crawford will be back with the Birds. So we're going to have them again. And so we were hoping to, we've been wanting to for the last couple of years get something more for the kids, but it's just not, we can't find.
They had snakes out of the, when they were collecting for the Field of Dreams and the Special Olympic
Oh, yeah?
kids. And the kids love that. I mean,
Yeah.
there were kids all
Well, honestly,
around
about
there.
6
Well,
miles.
the kids can have them.
And you know what?
They had a boa
Yeah, I
and
know.
all
No
kinds of-
snakes.
We had
all
them,
kinds of
when
snakes.
they-
Well, my son did too.
Yeah.
And
Well, we
people
were
thought I was
thinking,
crazy letting him have it.
Yeah, we were hoping like for clowns or, somebody
Oh,
that,
yeah.
we contacted one gentleman and he wanted a stage built for him. It was crazy, so.
Like the Shriners, they have those clowns, and isn't there anybody in that
Well,
organization
every
would
year that
volunteer to come?
they have something that goes on. There's
But they're coming
something,
again this year?
no, they have something major every second weekend in August too.
Oh.
That's why they can't ever.
They can't come, yeah.
We all can't
Oh.
get that together.
They
Yeah.
do the Christmas.
Yeah, and then, and they come for Christmas and that, but they can't, I don't know what it is, but we've tried and they have something that's going on every year. So
'Cause
that
they're
they've
always-
always been
they're always
involved in.
nice to have.
Yeah, we were trying to look for somebody, that even just, balloon animals, just some, kind of
Balloon
something.
animals are
Yeah.
wonderful. We had them one year at Christmas time, and the kids went crazy.
Yeah,
over
so
it.
we were like, if we could donate, we actually have a little bit more that we could, spend a little bit more on entertainment. We have the music still that we pay for, which will be in the gazebo on Saturday and Sunday. And then we have the music that's down at the Moses Austin. And then Lions Club has music, but they take care of that. So they pay for their own music to be in their park. And so in their parks, since they've got the new ground and stuff, that's really the new
Oh,
hangout
yeah,
place, like the
because it's
JC's
bigger.
used to be.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so the Lions are, so we're on track with everything. We've got the 2 buses running like we did last year. There'll be a bus that will stop at First Bank, and then there'll be a bus that stops down at Moses Austin. So, and then this year, the car show is all going to be at the KC Hall. So the tractor and the car show will all be there.
okay.
It's not really going to be, they're not going to give out any trophies or anything. It's just going to be a show, for people to come in and look. So
Like a cruise
it'll all, yeah, like a cruise in. It'll be all up there this year. There won't be anything down on St. Mary's Road. So we're hoping to have, we've gotten several calls from new shops this year. So hopefully we'll have a lot out on the streets and everybody
Good.
will have fun and we'll have lots of people show. We had I thought we had really good attendance last year too. So hopefully the weather and we'll have the more people that come, the more, We still have a lot of crafters that are regulars that haven't signed up. They can't afford it, so they wait till the last minute, of
Yeah.
course, to pay their, so we're hoping that we'll hit 150. I think we will.
Now, is it the Lions Club, or is it that has the duck?
That's
Right.
Rotary. And the
Rotary.
duck races
And they're
will be
having
going
the
on.
duck races.
Yeah, they'll have the duck races. So yeah, Rotary will do that. And the Valley took over the pork producers, so the pork producers and the pork burgers will still be there like they always were on the corner of Merchant and Main. But now Valley School has bought that out and taken that
Oh,
over. They did
okay.
last year. That was their first year, so, yeah, and the Legion will be down at the old firehouse. So pretty much everybody, KC's are
Oh, is
down
that
at
where the Legion is now? They're
Yeah.
not down at Moses Austin no more?
Am I backwards? I always get those two confused. No, the
JC's and,
The wine garden, am I backwards?
You're
JC's.
backward. You're backward, because the Legion, isn't the Legion always?
Yes, it is Legion, because that's who Jim Klein is.
Yeah.
Jim Klein, Legion is down at the Moses Austin.
Yeah.
And the KC is, yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
is up there.
Because I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that was years and years that
Yeah,
they've been.
and then we have the music down there, so the
Yeah.
beer garden, and that'll be down
Yeah.
there, so. And we've got ice cream guy down there, and root beer and stuff like that, so.
is that Drew's coming again?
Yeah, the same ones that were there last year, yeah, are coming back this year. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody, all the food vendors that we had last year are coming back. The guy that was up on the corner of Merchant and Second that did the fried gator and the deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and all that stuff, that guy's coming back up there too. So we looked at, we had everybody except for the one shaved ice or snow cone guy. And that actually worked out well because now they're gonna do it and then they'll get some of the profits for the.
What time is the
That's
parade
really
going to
neat.
start? Will it be on Saturday?
10 o'clock,
10 o'clock?
yeah, 10
Yeah,
o'clock,
because
so,
you want,
that's the opening ceremonies will be
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock, right outside the interpretive center like normal. And then, I'm
because the
gonna-
next show we have will be after Drew the Fed, so that's why I was asking to get those things in.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and you know what, I know one of the families is the Dunsey family, and the other family has a really funny last name that is the Project Pioneer family.
The Delisers.
Delisous, yeah, that's it.
And I just happened to read that in the paper.
Yeah, no, I knew as soon as I heard it, because I think there's one poor little lady's having to do that whole thing by herself.
Oh,
in
my
that family.
goodness.
So, I know that Elmo Dunsey's gonna do the, he's gonna talk for the
Dunsey one.
Dunseys, yeah.
Delisers, it really got me because I was raised in Perry County, and Delisers were down there.
Yeah,
And St. Mary's, yeah.
And I thought, I don't ever,
Yeah, somebody probably married and came up here.
yeah.
yeah, I know, Betty just said that, she told Elmo that he could do, that he could take some of her minutes because they each have so many minutes to talk. And she was like, you can have, because he was like, I can't get all this in
Oh,
5
yeah.
minutes or whatever it
Yeah.
was. And she was like, okay, you have 7 and I'll take 3. So, I know-
Betty.
yeah, so,
And she's
yeah.
probably gonna get 2.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. So, but yeah, we're ready. And the La Petite Chanteurs are going to sing this year. Last year they couldn't perform because Patty and Bill were out of town. So, and Rosie Huey's going to sing the national anthem, and the German band will be there. So,
Who's singing the national anthem?
Rosie Huey, she does it every year.
Yeah, you know Rosie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
she's-
Rosie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Nagger will officiate like usual. So, I have to call Mr. Grimminger to make sure that he's going to attend.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm
You
sure he
better
is. He's.
get a hold of
I know
him.
everybody's like, have you called? I said, they're there every year. I said, "They're really
They just
called."
know they're
I
supposed
know,
to
they're
be
supposed to
here.
be there, so, but I guess I better call to make sure, so. But yeah.
See,
so
they
it's
did that
working right
one
along.
year over the Christmas wall. We took it for granted
Yeah,
that during the Christmas wall, so-and-so would be there, and they said, well, nobody contacted us, and I thought, oh, good Lord, that's where you should never take it for granted.
I know.
Yeah.
They always let us use the parking lot, out at Eric
Oh,
Scott.
yeah.
And so I called him and he was like, you don't really need to call. I said, well, I want to make sure that it's,
Yeah.
And Citizens Electric is letting us use their area because, they've got, so we don't know what'll happen if, that building
If somebody
sells or,
private,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, so we still get to have their parking lot and use their area. And then the Bank of St. John was bought, so they're going to have something's going on in the building.
Oh,
Kid-friendly
really?
too, in the Bank of St. John. Those ladies are putting something on that's going to be a
Oh.
kid-friendly.
So they got their
But I don't
fix
really
then.
know, right, exactly what's going on there. But they have allowed us to keep all the crafters and the food vendors where they've always been.
Oh.
Because we were like, oh, we're going to have to move all these people, because everybody's,
Yeah.
people are moving, so all that stuff's right slap in the middle of everything. So, so far, everybody's been really good. We get to keep everything around the Hotel St. John too so far, so.
Oh, well,
and
good.
Till
Good.
this year at least, so we'll see how that goes, so, yeah. You'd be amazed that I don't have to deal with it, but Brenda does when a crafter gets moved a foot
Oh,
down
yes,
from where
and
they were
they-
supposed to
and
be.
they don't
There
like
was-
it.
You
No, they
know,
don't
years
like it.
ago, there was a guy that was moved, and he didn't come back anymore.
Yeah,
And I knew him personally,
Yeah.
and he was very good
yeah, they just get,
glass artist, and
Yeah.
I said, come back, you know.
Yeah, they get,
People will get used, nope, they knew right where I was at, and they came there, and they were all upset because I wasn't where I was supposed to be. He said, I'm never coming back there again.
yeah, they
And he
get,
hasn't been.
yeah,
Yeah.
they get a little
So it's-
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little, I guess, when you get a clientele built up.
Yeah, and people do know where, people have been before,
Right.
so, yeah.
Yes,
But sometimes you have to move them
collectors.
for, not purpose, that,
Well,
it's not because they want to, that,
Yeah.
they
Right.
have to be, moved
After
in.
Judah Fett, when I was still working, maybe 2 months later, someone would call and they'd say, we know exactly where it was,
But, right, I had,
but
yeah.
we
a phone
don't
call
have
last year.
their name. And I said, well, if you know exactly where it is, you call this lady. She's got a map with everything on it.
Right.
And she'll tell you exactly who that was.
Yeah, we had somebody, well, we had a few people call last year that wanted something, and one lady called, she was like, I should have bought it, I don't know why I didn't, I just wanted it. I was like,
I know.
okay, I said, we'll figure out, I said, tell me where she was, find out.
That's why
So then-
the old saying is, if you see it, buy it, because it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's only there for 2 days. So Brenda, she looked it all up and called the lady, and they got it all straightened out. So, yeah, it's, yeah, but when people do come every year
Oh,
and they
yeah.
decide what they want and what kind of crafts they like and stuff, so, yeah, I'm excited. I hope we do hit the 150, and I don't really know much about the 5K run. I know it's going on, and I'm assuming they'll have, last year, I think they ended up with a lot of people at the last
Yeah.
minute, but that's one thing they say, that those guys that run those 5K runs don't, a lot of them don't sign up ahead of time, they just show up. So hopefully that'll.
Who takes care of that now, do you know?
Jerry Fleeg and the Dunsey lady, I think. helps.
Debbie? No,
Her dad has a storage.
yeah. It's her
Elvin?
father-in-law that.
Yes, but I don't think that's her name. I'm horrible.
I know who you mean, though.
But Jerry Fleeg's the only one that I ever, talked to, or, so. But
I know
think
the
that-
lady
There's
who
a lot of
was in
runners.
charge of it for years, she would only come to 1 or 2 meetings.
Well, was she Bos? She's married to
She's
Bosler.
Bosler, Jeff
She was
Bosler's
Fleeg,
wa- yeah.
yeah. Yeah, she always, and she always took care of it. So when Amy
Oh.
stopped the year we took over.
Yeah,
Or when we all
because
got, and now
Amy-
we were like, okay,
Yeah.
now what are we gonna do? And
Because
then the
Amy wouldn't
doctor.
come until everything was.
Yeah, but she always knew what she was
Yeah.
doing. So, but she helped these guys. So then there was the doctor, or the guy that was in, then he was taken over, and then all of a sudden he moved and got a new job, and we're like, and we didn't even know he'd moved. Because we were like, okay, now he's gonna do it. So then Jerry stepped in, and this Dunsey, and then, so they took it all over, and they had a lot of help. I think Jerry's got some, kids that are like my boys' age, so she's got
Yeah.
help with them, so they're doing good, though.
Well,
I don't know how
good.
many people they have signed up, but they're doing sign-ups out at the community center and stuff like
I
that.
was gonna say, they used to do it up at the park.
Yeah, well, they still, that's where the run
But there's no
starts. right?
well, the bathrooms are another place,
Yeah.
because they used to use it where the old pool
Yeah, they
was.
got some porta potties, and then the pool, it doesn't have bathrooms anymore, but they let them use the bathrooms at the baseball signups, that
Oh, okay.
house there. And then they had some porta potties, and then we were gonna take a couple up, but then they decided not. So actually, that's something very important that I probably need to ask them, if they do need to have some of our porta potties taken up there. Way to go, Mary Ann. See?
Okay.
So there is some,
Mary Ann is
yeah,
very
I'm
forward
porta
thinking.
potty duty now, yeah, I'm on the duty. Yeah, I was like, yeah, so I get to take care of those. Trash, I'm in charge of trash and porta potties.
Trash and porta potties,
Yeah.
what a combination.
I know, how exciting is that? So,
Yeah, because Steve Apps had the porta potties for years.
yeah, he did it last year for
Yeah.
us, that was the last time he did it for us last year, helped, and
So
so now
you're
we're
getting
set
a
up.
whole new crew.
Well,
Sort of.
really, yeah. Well, Kinsey Fire Department always does our trash.
Yeah.
The Boy Scouts, they're gonna put our signs out. The signs were supposed to be out a long time ago, but that's a whole nother story. Still looking for somebody to do the signs. But, we, have the Boy Scouts always line the trash cans, and we bought new trash cans. We bought some plastic cans, now, so we're gonna get rid of those old
The old
cardboard.
paper ones?
Yeah, so we got some new signs, our new trash cans, we're gonna try to figure out a way to put the Jour de Fête on them and, you know,
Oh.
our website and stuff, so in case anybody wants to borrow them, or they'd be out there so people can look at them. But we got 40 so far, and the Boy Scouts line the trash cans, and then the Kinsey Fire Department, they put them all, you know, keep track of them and take the trash out and
Yeah.
put new liners in and stuff, so they've always been really good, and they're taking care of that again this year.
Now,
so.
Jamie, do they put like 5 or 6 trash bags in the bottom and then open one, so when they take it out, the trash can,
I'm not for sure how they do them. They have it down to a science. Kinsey
Yeah.
Fire Department's been taking care of it forever. Thank goodness, like they weren't somebody that said, "Oh, we don't want to do it anymore." We're like all these people, you know, everything got
Oh, yeah.
changed so much that first year, and we were all like, "Okay, why?" You know, everybody's like, you know, switching and not, you know, doing so. But no, thank goodness. And I don't know. I don't want to know because they do such a good job, and
Yeah,
just
just-
let them do what they
you don't
what they
want to
do.
mess with
Yeah.
their things.
They're so good, and then, you know, they take care of everything, gets, you know, cleaned up, and then CWI comes and gets the big, huge dumpsters then on Monday, and so they bring them in, and then they come and get it. So far, we haven't had any problems, you know, with anybody leaving behind
Well,
trash
good,
and stuff like
good.
that. So I don't, you know, everybody's pretty good about that. I mean, there's 70 trash cans out in that area. They should be able to hit a trash can with their trash because we've got 70 cans out. So there shouldn't be a problem with that. So, yeah, so hopefully, everybody will.
Yeah, but some people just don't know how to put it in the trash
I know.
can.
I have a very big problem with littering, and ask my sons, because when we would have to stop from the hotel to my house when we were down there, and anytime there was trash, I would stop the car and midnight, 1 o'clock, make the boys get the
Yeah,
trash up to
pick
my
it up.
car, because I was
I
like, it
know
drives
it.
me crazy. And in my house now too, so every now and then, there'll be a soda cup
Right out-
sitting in front of the, on Fourth
yeah.
Street, and I'm like, seriously, you know?
Oh, they come
I was
down
like,
Market Street and pitch about the window.
Yeah, I can't.
Whole bags full
Yeah, but our
of,
house is awful.
yeah, whole bags full of McDonald's was
Beer cans.
2, just from up at Rozier's old store down to my house on 3rd Street, there was 3 big bags full of McDonald's. Now, you can tell me that, well, it probably was younger kids. I don't go along with the younger kids all doing this.
Yeah, no.
It's older people
Yeah,
too.
my kids they're trained, because we went to, when we went to, we stopped up at the Petrified Forest, yeah, when we took a vacation a few years ago, and I really, really cannot tolerate littering. So when we were walking around then, we found some trash, and there was a business card flung out there, and I pulled it up, and I was like, this person is from Missouri. And on the business card, it said, you know, John, and I'm sitting here, and my sons are like, okay, here she goes, she's on her soapbox. And so we're all standing out there looking, there's 10 of us, or
Yeah.
11 of us, our whole family, or whatever, and I was going, the boys were like, well, there was some motorcycle guys down here, and they were listening, and all of a sudden one comes over, and they were like, whose name is on that card? So I said the name, and they were like, oh my God. And I was like, what? And they were like, we're from that town in Missouri. They knew who it was. So they took the
my
business
God.
card with them, and they were gonna go back and get the guy. And I was like, but you know what, I was like, okay,
Well,
he was an
yeah.
attorney. And I was like, who's to say that somebody didn't, they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, you know, have his
Somebody
card,
didn't
and
have
then.
his card in their
flipped-
car.
Yeah, and flipped it out, you know, or whatever, but I was laughing so hard, because then we started visiting with these people, and they were all like laughing, they were like, oh my
Oh,
gosh,
God.
yeah. So, that, and I found Starburst wrappers, but I was like, seriously, in a national park, you know, I
Yeah.
was just like, why don't people,
Stick
you
it in
know.
their pocket.
Yeah, stick it in your pocket until you're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
that's
why my
true.
car looks like this. Because I don't
Oh,
throw
mine
thing out and
too.
stuff it in the pockets till I get home.
I know, mine too, and that's what I always yelling about the boys about their cars. They go, well, Mom, you don't litter, so I was like, I know, but take it out of your car every
Yeah.
every time you stop and get gas.
Clean it up every once in a while. Put a
Yeah.
bag on your,
Yeah.
where you
I'm,
plug your phone in.
Yeah, I need to learn how to make a citizen's arrest when I see, I bet you don't I never see people throwing stuff out their windows, but you see it on the street, so you know somebody's doing it. But you know what I mean? Like, it's been a long time since I've actually literally seen somebody throw something out of
Oh,
their
it
window, you know, and
hasn't
I've
been
been
that
driving
long.
behind them.
I got
Yeah.
a soda cup going up 55 the other day. Somebody threw a
interstate.
soda cup out of the window, and I thought, what the?
Yeah. I'm a crazy person when it comes to that. And I used to always walk around when I was down at the hotel on Main Street, I was always walking around picking up
Well,
beer
another
cans
thing
and beer
that
bottles.
upsets me is people who throw cigarettes out.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna smoke, be a clean smoker and put it in an ashtray.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't
So
have to
you
worry
got
about
that
that at the
covered with
restaurant.
your defense.
Yeah, we got the trash part, yeah, because I just, so hopefully everybody, and we've been lucky that it hasn't really been, now last year, of course, I was down there, so I could see, so I was down there till like 8 o'clock at night, Sunday, 8:30, and so I walked around on, the streets there,
Yeah.
and I only picked up a couple of things, it was just like, a piece, it wasn't anything major, so I was glad to see that, that people were
Well, it sounds like it's
respectful.
gonna be a good one this year.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we hit 150, and then next year I hope we hit 100. Yeah, I just hope it keeps getting bigger, bigger and better. I know it'll never be, what it was in its heyday, it's just, that's not gonna happen,
Well,
but,
our society isn't gauged for that.
Different, yeah.
right,
It's gauged different now.
yeah. So I hope
When,
that, I hope everybody comes and has a good time and the weather's nice, so,
Well, air conditioning spoiled all of us.
yeah. Well, and we have the cooling stations,
Yeah.
so we still have and the police will be set up right there in the hotel parking lot, assuming still at their same place. So we have, we could use a few more people helping. We actually have Friday night now, but Saturday night, we usually have a couple people down there just
To walk
helping,
around, yeah.
just kind of, walking around and helping. But, we haven't never had a problem, and there's always a very good amount of police officers down there. So, we haven't had any problems, so I don't, think that we'll have any problems. But we could use a few more volunteers if anybody that would want to, hang out down there. John Stupi's nice enough, and he does it every year, and, but unless he gets called out on a call. So
Yeah,
he's got
yeah,
somebody to help
yeah.
Friday night, and apparently they got a hold of some kids that were involved. See, last year we had they helped the police officers. What were they called? Them?
Oh, the.
Explorers.
Explorers,
Yes.
yeah.
That was big when we moved here. And
Oh,
the Explorers were
yeah.
so big, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. Well, then they started them back up, so we had a group of them last year that helped us. And then somebody, they disbanded again. But apparently there were some kids that were involved in it that are going to help us this year, and they're going to go around with John Stupid.
Yeah, I can remember
that's
when,
good.
when Giro de Fête
There used to be
started
a lot of
years ago.
Explorers.
We used to have an auxiliary. Well, I know there was 15, 20 of them.
Yeah.
Ladies, young girls.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll end up with enough people to help us, on Saturday morning getting everybody set up. The Boy Scouts always help, and they're always down at Moses Austin, and they'll go anywhere. If anybody needs help setting up, the crafters, we're always telling them, we have, the Boy Scouts are there to help,
Yeah.
and they'll help you, unload and, do things like that. So, yeah, and so far it's gone pretty well with, shutting everything down. Everybody's pretty good about waiting until the right
Good.
time, and
Sounds like we're gonna
That's
have a nice
good.
one this year.
yeah, I hope so.
Well, if
Good
anybody
weather.
has any questions about Giro de Fête, and we have Jamie here, they can call us at 883-7675. Hey, see, I'm getting better.
Better remember
Yeah, and
that
anybody
now.
that's a crafter, call and get their booths
Yeah,
set
and
up,
if
so-
anybody wants to do the
Yeah.
crafts,
Yeah, so.
you can call the
You can call-
city or
Yeah, they can call the city, or
Jamie.
they can call me too, so they can call me.
What is your number?
My number is 883-6045.
Okay.
Did I want to say that?
So if you want a craft booth, get in touch with Jamie
Yes.
and she'll.
And I'll get
you
them in
fixed
touch
up.
with the right person, so. If I'm going to give out anybody's cell phone, I better give out my own phone.
Well, thank you very much.
You're
for
welcome. Thank you
coming
for having
on
us. Yeah.
And after
enlightening
Giro de Fête,
everyone.
you can come and tell us how it all went.
Yes, we will.
That would be
Okay.
great.
Give us a buzz, and we will let you know how many crafters we
And
ended
that
up
way
with and
all of our
everything. Yeah.
listeners can find out, and they don't even have to leave their easy chair.
You can sit and enjoy the cool air.
That's right.
All righty, well, I'm going to skedaddle and get
Okay.
back to the cabinet.
You're gonna
Well,
get back to
thank
work.
you very
you all.
much.
Thank you
Thanks
very
a
much.
lot. You have a good
Good
evening.
luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now we have,
I'm Ryan McClure.
Patiently.
Yes.
okay, and you're going to tell these youngins out there about bicycle safety.
That's correct.
Or the parents, if they're listening.
Yes.
You can kind of enforce
Call
that.
your children in so they can hear it.
Mary Ann said so. Okay, we'll be quiet and you can talk.
I'm Officer Ryan McClure. I'm with the St. Genevieve Police Department. Obviously, summer's in full effect at this point, so why not enjoy the weather going outside on a bicycle? People enjoy the recreational aspects to it, exercising, things like that. With that said, it also raises increased safety concerns whenever you're operating the bicycle. First point is they're much less visible to other motorists, especially in the light conditions, things like that. So you have to be aware that they're also on the road as well. Obviously, they're not going to be as protected as a motor vehicle. So in the unfortunate event that you would have a motor vehicle accident concerning a pedestrian or a bicyclist at that, which unfortunately we do have to work from time to time, the injuries are a little bit more severe with those for obvious reasons. Always use safety equipment when you're on the bicycle. We recommend wearing a helmet, wearing very bright colored clothing in low light conditions, and even daylight conditions, because the sun will reflect off of your clothing. A lot of people don't realize, but there are laws and we have ordinances in place in the city of St. Gen to regulate bicycle operations. One is you are required to have reflectors, one in front, which has to be white, one on the rear, which has to be red. And you also have to have on the wheels visible, usually they're amber colored reflectors. So you can be seen from the side when you're coming into intersections. After dark, you're required to have a light on the front of your bicycle. You can pick one up at Walmart, most hardware stores, things of that nature, at a minimal cost.
Yeah, and I think A&K has those also,
Yeah.
and they're local.
Yeah. Another one is your brakes have to be in good operating order. I don't think I really need to go into full detail about that.
Yeah, you really do
might be
need
a point.
brakes to
Right.
stop.
Right. And another point is, if you don't have light colored clothing, get yourself a reflective vest, a safety vest, one that has reflective taping on it, neon green, orange, neon yellow, things of that nature.
And they make duct tape in those colors also, don't they?
Yes, they do.
They can put that on their bicycle if they don't have the clothes, they can,
Right,
tape it around
exactly.
someplace, anything.
If you don't want to wear that, if you're going out somewhere and you want to take your bicycle, just take it, put it on, take it back off, lay it on your bicycle while
Right.
you're going to do your business. We always recommend, like I said, the helmet. That's kind of self-explanatory there. And then motorists have to also consider that bicycles are considered vehicles and are subject to traffic laws, as well as the bicycle operator himself. In town, you have to obey all signs, which you brought this up at the opening statements.
Oh, yeah.
Obey all signs, signals, directions, stop sign one way, streets, signs, traffic lights, etc., things like that. You also have to adhere to those as well.
Well,
as a
the
motor
funny
vehicle.
place is, the kids, and I think my kids probably did the same thing when they were younger, was the hills. St. Gen has got hills.
they love
And
to go down.
kids love to start at the top and fly through
Sure.
there. Well, years ago, there wasn't as many stop signs. Now, they
There
found out
wasn't as
that,
many cars.
yeah,
either.
and now they found out that you have to stop, like going up toward school 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden, it doesn't make any difference if that stop sign's there. They're gonna come down.
Right. Good example of that's on 4th Street when you're approaching Roberts.
Oh, yes.
That's one of the, a pretty high traffic area for
Yeah.
motor vehicles and bicycles. Now,
And
me, I probably wouldn't take the hill on a bicycle myself.
Oh,
But
I wouldn't
I
either.
would.
I would.
Me either. Just
Not
just
right,
a
not
little hill.
right.
maybe going down.
Going down.
Going
yeah, going down.
Little
And
easy
also, like they say with the motorcycle, one finger or a pencil held up will block the
Your
rider
rear, yeah.
True. Very
when
true.
you're driving in a car.
Yes. Another thing that is important too, always give hand signals when you're going to stop and turn. Most commonly used hand signals are up like this, it'll be to make a right-hand turn. Obviously straight out is a left-hand turn, and then straight down is advising the person behind you that you're stopping.
Yeah,
And that's just kind of a courtesy thing right there. So they know what you're getting ready to do.
yeah.
So they don't hit you from the rear end. Must operate to the far right of the traffic lane. Don't stay out into the middle of traffic. Don't go on the opposite oncoming lane. Stay on your side. Operate just like you would a motor vehicle. But also, be cognizant of the motor vehicles behind you. You know, they're gonna operate obviously at a higher speed than you are, so be courteous of them. Get over to the far right lane if there's not a bicycle lane in that area. Also, another important thing is, especially in the downtown business district, don't operate the vehicle in the business on the sidewalks.
Sidewalks, yes.
Because, you know, we got concerns for people coming out of buildings, pedestrians, and that potential for a collision to be involved with that is
Exactly.
far greater. But with that said, once you get out of the business district, you know, we can operate on the sidewalks. But also, you have to be concerned for pedestrians at all times and be aware of your surroundings. And then another concern that we're really experiencing this a lot more and more are these new motorized bicycles. They're actually
gosh.
bikes that they actually have motors on them, and the motor scooters, if you will. You see those all around
They
town all the
should
time.
really be wearing helmets.
I agree.
We should pass an
And they
ordinance
should have
in the
reflectors,
city.
because if you, like I came down 4th Street, and I came right the hill where it dips down to the railroad tracks, I came there, and all of a sudden, here's a scooter in front of me, and I didn't have any place to go. I couldn't go to the left because there was traffic coming, and I couldn't go to the right because there was a sidewalk, and I was gonna have to jump up the
Right.
curb. And I had practically come to a dead stop. He was in the middle of the road,
Right,
right smack dab in the middle.
right,
And I came up down that little bit of an incline, and right there he was.
right. Well, you know, they've obviously become attractive because of the gas prices these days and the way the
right,
economy
yes.
is. People
I
are
can
using them
understand that.
as a cheaper mode for transportation. But with that said, they believe once they get onto it, that they don't have to adhere to any traffic laws.
No, that's
That is
right.
not true, though. We're mandated actually by the state of Missouri. You know, you got to remember that it's not a toy, it's considered a vehicle. And ordinance and state law do apply to them as well. So you can get speeding tickets, you can get careless and imprudent tickets. You can get, if you're veering into another lane, you can still receive tickets for all those things.
Well, this guy should have one.
Unfortunately, they don't require the helmet, and the reason being is because you're only supposed to have, without having it, to have it licensed with the Department of Revenue, if it's a 49cc engine or lower, which means that it's not capable of going faster than 30 miles per hour.
So they're saying you don't need a helmet.
Correct. But anything over 49cc engine, anything larger than that, you do have to license it through the Department of Revenue and have a visible Missouri state license plate.
Now, are those scooters, what are they?
Yeah, what are those? Are they,
Those are 49cc and
Oh, okay.
and
Oh,
below.
so they don't need to wear one?
Correct. But there's no law that's ever been passed that regulate that they wear a helmet at this point. I know that they're supposed to keep them off state roads. They're okay to be maintained on city roads, county roads. But when you veer out and you go into the state highways, things of that nature, then that's when you can get it towed and taken away from you. Issued ticket, things like that. So people don't realize that. Obviously, it's not a smart thing to take one of those motorized scooters. You're not
No.
going over 30 miles an hour on a highway. I
Yeah.
think that goes without saying.
Although some people aren't smart.
Correct. And also, another thing you got to remember is you have to be 16 or older to be able to operate one. You have to have a valid driver's license. If your license is suspended or revoked, obviously you're not capable of operating a motor vehicle. But you do have to have a valid license. So 16 or older are the regulations on that. Also, another concern that I see is people riding passengers. A lot of these motorized vehicles, these little scooters, if you will, they have a seat only capable of carrying one
One
passenger.
person, yeah.
I've seen people sit on them with their face to face with the passenger in front of them while they're operating this. I've seen small children sitting in front of their parents, things like that. And all it would take is for them to hit a gravel patch or anything like that.
And lose
They
control.
lose control, and
Yeah.
something serious is going to happen. Because if you fall off of something at 30 miles an hour, that's a little bit faster than you realize. And that can be serious physical injury, could be performed to you. So if you're going to have passengers, make sure you're equipped with a two-seat capable of riding a passenger. And obviously, don't obstruct traffic once again. That's one of my pet peeves. You know, be cognizant of your motorists behind you, let them around you. Don't hog the roadway. And then in turn there, also the people in the vehicles, they need to be always reminded to never operate the vehicle in the designated bike lanes if there is one clearly posted. they must leave a safe distance around the bicycle when overtaking. So if you have one in front of you and you don't try it. If you don't have enough room to get around and you have oncoming traffic coming in the opposite lane, wait till they pass and then safely go around them. Don't because you could hit them with a mirror, anything, number of things could happen. And then finally, you know, always exercise a higher degree of care and look out, since the potential for injury is much greater in a collision. I've unfortunately had to work these accidents when they involve pedestrians and bicyclists.
And
they're not
especially
pleasant.
kids.
No,
Yes.
they're not. But I've seen like buddies, you know, we're going for a bicycle ride, okay, you got 3, 4 of them, they're stretched out right across your lane. They're in front of you, all 4 of them. What do? You can't pass them, and they just turn around and look at you and laugh. They think it's funny.
Right.
And I just can't understand how kids can be so, I mean, just don't realize the danger that they're putting themselves in. I mean, you're not out there making fun of the motorist, you're putting yourself in danger.
Right.
Because you don't know, I mean, a motorist could have a seizure or could have a heart attack or something, step on the gas, there goes those kids.
Correct.
They don't, I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
correct.
it's kind of a weird scenario, but still, it can happen, and you've got them stretched out across in front of you.
Right.
Well, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want to hit those kids, but they turn around and laugh at you.
Right. And like I said earlier, we do have ordinances in place that regulate
But
the
I didn't know
operation
you
of
had some of
bicycles.
those ordinances.
Right, you know, operating it on a sidewalk were prohibited. I mean, you can be issued a
yeah,
summons
that
for
I
that. You can speed on a bicycle. I mean, we can actually check your speed on a bicycle. If you're going over the posted speed limit, I mean, you can be issued a speeding ticket for it.
I'll be darned.
Oh, yeah, and you can't ride a bicycle if you're drunk.
I wouldn't be able to anyway.
You won't be able to coordinate.
They've been
Right.
picked
Yeah,
up
it's,
for
oh,
that.
yeah. I hear
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I've had to pick up people for operating a horse while intoxicated. So,
Oh, good.
and then the coveted operating the lawnmower while intoxicated.
Oh, yes.
You know, that's always a good time as well. But yeah, like I said, you know, just these laws are in place for safety, not to harass you, and that's not why
No,
we're here.
no.
We don't want to see people hurt. And that's the bottom line to it all.
Well, you hear on the radio, you hear so many times on television of these young kids getting hit in St. Louis,
Yes,
hit and run,
yes.
and that's crazy.
And these days, people don't watch out for each other like they used to.
They
No,
don't,
they-
no,
You
they
know,
don't.
especially, you know, whenever I was growing up, we always watched out for one another.
They always took care of everybody.
Nowadays, especially when we're on traffic stops, people seem to be attracted to the lights. And what I mean by that is they'll watch the lights but not the road. Always remember
Yeah.
to watch the
Oh,
road
yeah.
but not the lights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
See
pet-
what's going on.
Yeah, I have a pet peeve about that one going north on 55. You come to this stop light there by the hospital, and I swear to goodness, I have no idea. I come up 4th Street, you know, I come down that street, and I come to the stop sign, here's traffic going south and north and 55, and all of a sudden, they got this big sign up here, and it's got an arrow like this, and he's got a big red thing across there, and all of a sudden, this car makes a turn. And he had official license on his license plate.
Oh, good Lord.
And he made a left turn and went back down south on 55, and he was in front of me, and I thought, oh, did I see that? And it said official,
Yeah.
and I thought, okay.
That's why he could do it.
Yeah, and I thought, if I did that, I would be
You
sitting
would
over
get
here.
a ticket, yeah.
And I thought, okay, and then I thought, well, that was a couple of weeks ago, and by God, the other day, somebody did the same thing, went right in front of me, and I thought, boy, this is getting to be a habit.
Right. Well, yeah, like, and if, on both sides, if you're a bicyclist and there's a motorist that you feel is operating around you in a dangerous manner, call Central Dispatch. If you think it's an immediate emergency, try to get a brief description
Yeah.
of the vehicle, license plate, etc. Don't confront them, let us do that, that's our
Yeah.
job.
I hate to see kids come up on the highway riding their bikes because it's so dangerous.
Right.
With the stop signs, well, like that person making a wrong turn. If there was a kid over, which is normally, sometimes on that highway, and if there was a kid there, he'd have hit him.
Yeah,
He
exactly,
could, there's no way in the world he'd avoided it.
exactly.
And I thought, oh my gosh, I hope you could stay off of 55, please. Because it's just too dangerous. And I always watch for them, but it really scares me when kids get in front of me like that.
Well, I agree.
Because they're not watching, they're not thinking.
Yep.
Well, if we all work together on those points that I made, I mean, we can avoid any catastrophes. So just always keep that in mind.
So parents, tell your kids to obey the traffic stop signs.
Wear light clothes and use reflectors. They're very, very important. Because that's what I look for when I see a bicycle. I look for something that marks it, that I know, if it's a dark, I'm always looking for something
Right.
to show me that that's a bicycle.
You need something to catch your attention.
You gotta have that, something that draw your attention to
Right.
that person.
Right.
Then you're careful, then
Right.
you're watching what you're doing. But if you don't have anything to attract your attention, when it's dark
Exactly.
like that, you're gonna hit them, and walkers are the same way. People that walk at night, I've come across them without anything on, and they were dark,
Right.
dark clothes.
That's also all another important issue there. I mean, we have a lot of walkers and runners
We
and
have a
stuff.
lot of walkers.
And bicyclists
yeah.
alone.
That's why you have to watch for bicyclists and people walking.
Yeah. When I first came here, I thought that everybody ran everywhere. I didn't think anybody drove.
And then
Yep,
you ran across the older people. Who
That
can't
go
hardly
like-
walk. They cannot walk. So, you got anything else?
No, that's all I've got for today. Thank you.
Okay, well, we
Well,
sure
thanks for
appreciate you
coming.
coming.
My pleasure.
Because you put a few things in there I didn't know that was an ordinance, get that like speed and that on bicycles, I didn't know that.
So I hope it does some good, and this is a perfect time for it, because kids are out having fun.
And they'll be
And we
going
don't
to-
want to take their fun away from them.
No,
Just
no.
obey what you,
Because I
what
used to
the law
love to ride
says.
bicycles when I was a kid.
No, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Rode them for miles.
And I was remembering, too, there's a curfew for minors as well, 16 and under, it's 10 p.m. without an adult
Oh,
outside.
10 o'clock,
So
okay.
always remember to get your children in on time by that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can actually, the parent can be issued a summons for that. We usually issue a warning the first time, we'll take the juvenile back to the parent, we'll give
That's a
them a
good idea.
verbal warning.
That's a good
And then
idea.
we'll work with them,
Yeah.
And then, but if it continues to happen, then a summons could be issued to them at that time.
And it's for their own safety.
Absolutely, and I don't think there's any reason for anybody to be out past 10 o'clock.
No.
Walking the streets.
No.
Especially juveniles.
You, right.
No, you're right. You're right. You should be out at that.
they should be home in bed, sleeping.
Yes, they should be
Or
home
with
in
their
bed.
feet propped up watching TV.
That's what I would be doing if I wasn't working.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
That's what I did when I got done. But
Well,
watch
we're
TV.
glad you came, and if you think of any other issues that you'd like to present, or anyone on the police force,
Yeah,
Yeah, if the
anything.
police
We'd be
department
glad to have
comes
you
up with
come.
anything, feel free to contact us.
Sure will.
Yeah, anything
Yeah, 'cause
that
there's a lot of
that you want to get
interesting-
out, and get out to the community. Love to have you on.
Okay, sounds great. We could probably come up with a whole month full of entertainment.
Well, really?
That would be good.
But I'm not
And you
kidding,
can bring,
that's serious.
what's his name, Bennett?
Oh, Eric?
Eric along and let him play some music for us.
Yeah, and he's entertaining just in himself to have
Yeah,
him.
he was here already.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a
Really
couple months.
serious.
Yeah.
You've got issues, or things that you want to get out to the public, please come and
Yeah.
put it out.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Thank
Okay,
you very
thank
much
you
again.
very much.
We will continue on with, Mary Ann and I are going to talk about the
Thank you.
Art Guild.
Thank you.
Yeah, before we do that, I have an announcement for the youth that were here 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
The ones that had the No Bull Challenge video that are going to LA. They're having a bake sale Saturday morning out at Overley Market. So everybody run out there and buy some goodies.
And buy your goodies, and then you don't have to bake and eat at your house.
Right on. So Mary, you want to tell them about Friday night and whatever else is on there?
Well, we have our Friday night fourth walk coming up, and we have feature artists down at 109 Main Street is where we have the Art Guild, and we have Suzanne Thompson is going to be there. And Diane Wilson, I don't know if it was in the paper or not, but she was scheduled to be there, but she's moved her show to October, so you can catch her in October. But Suzanne it is Suzanne, isn't it? Yeah, Thompson, she will be down there. And we have a lot of other things. We have,
Suzanne has fabric art.
yeah, fabric art. That's what I
Or
want to say.
textile.
Textile. And then in the art guild, we have many of the artists now that for the Fourth Walk is, I don't know how to explain it. They're painting like on wall hangings. We have some down there that have designed quilts and have put them together. We have some that have done wall paintings. And ours has got one she's going to tell you about. We've got quite a few people that have come in and put things in of different things that art can be done on material. It doesn't have to be just on canvas, it can be on material. And it's going to be quite a little show, and I think that you will all enjoy it. And if you have anything, you can check it out on the artstgen.org website. That's artstegen.org. And you can get a lot of information on that. But ours is going to tell you about one of the things that is kind of unique that's going to be down there. But we'd love for you to come and see all the different things the artists have put in that's not on canvas, but are painted, and it's a lot of artistic work done in it.
A lot of variety.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Jackie Brillos, I'm sure a lot of you know her. She did some wonderful paintings on fabric. She used salt to make the paint swirl out, and she did her own cloth also, the trim. So that's very unique and very nice. She did I don't know how to say it. Do you know how to say that?
No.
Okay, it's the thing you walk on, the Lady
It's L-A-B-Y.
Labyrinth or something like that.
L-A-B-Y-R-I-N-T-H,
Anyway, it goes back
yeah.
into Greek origin probably, and it's found in Hindu and Hopi images among others. And Christian usage is constructed in stone in the floor of cathedrals of Chartres Cathedral near Paris around the year of 1200. The faithful could make the pilgrimage journey to the cathedral and complete it by walking as the final symbol of a journey to the Holy Land. So Jackie did a finger one where you can take your finger and trace through it.
Oh.
So that is really neat. She does beads on the work.
It's
So
outlined
that's-
in beads,
yeah,
too.
It's very, very, that's
She's very talented.
yes, and
Oh,
that's a
very
very good
neat.
thing to go look at. Let's see. We have a guy that did, Robert Padre Payne. He's an artist, and he did a cross stitch, or counter cross stitch, in honor of his sister. She started it and designed it before she passed away, and he took one of her drawings and did it. So that's one. He said he'll never do another one. So, and he did get a gold medal for it. So that's another thing that's really, really neat. And Mary Pura has a wildflower applique quilt, which is beautiful.
Oh, I bet so.
She took the pictures of wildflowers, or her husband did, near the Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. And then she drew them on freezer paper and cut them out with different colors and put them on the fabric. And then she also did a mushroom picture in crewel, cross stitch.
Yeah.
Crewel. It's very, very pretty. Oh, let's see what else we got. We have,
Pillow top.
yes, well, we don't know if we're getting that
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Depending, maybe. Anyway, there's lots of really neat things down there. I did one out of a curtain sheer that's painted, and it kind of goes back in because it's several layers. So that's something unique, too. And then Becky Mellinger, I'm sure a lot of you know her, too. She did Victorian patterns, and they're from the 1870s. The underskirt, she made everything. The overskirt, the day bodice, the grand bustle, and the dress form is really interesting. Before she made her dress, she needed to have a form to fit it on because she couldn't keep trying it on. So she took duct tape, which you can do.
Another use for
And-
duct tape.
Yeah, and she
Famous.
wrapped it really tight on her body, or they wrapped her up in it very tight. Her daughter did it. Very tight on her body, and made her form, her shape.
And then you slice
And
it
then
off.
you slice it up the back, and you use that, put it back together, and you use that as your dress form.
We did that
I
in
never
home ec.
heard of that before.
Well, you
Never heard of
did?
that. Nope.
We did that at home ec.
Did you really?
The school I went to, yeah.
never heard of that.
We
Yeah.
wrapped each other, we did it with tape that we put starch in.
Right.
And we
Yeah, that-
wrapped ourselves and then we left it
You
dry and
almost
then we
did it
cut it
like
up the back and we
paper
had a
mache.
Yes, it is like paper mache.
And paper
Yeah.
mache, you would make a ball and you would cut it down and it would open up and you could put a design or something inside
And this,
it.
you just go down the back and then when you put it back together, you tape it and there's your
Kind of
form.
puts you in
Okay.
mind of that new show that's on Under the Dome where
Yeah.
the slides that cow down the middle. Oh, go back, Mary,
Okay,
into your.
so the
regular-
the underskirt is all actually how they used to wear them. She has the panties,
Panty.
drawers, they called them then.
Pantaloons.
No, they called them drawers
Oh,
back then.
drawers?
Drawers.
Really?
And she has the underskirt, and actually, you can't look at all that stuff because she doesn't want everybody lifting
Looking
it
at
up, looking at it, yeah. So, then she has the black cotton print. It's called an August overskirt. And the front of it is kind of gored, and it's sewn into the side where it hangs in pleats, and that's called crumb catchers. Like when the
Crumb
ladies would eat,
catchers,
the
and
crumbs
they
would fall down
Fall
in their
down
shirt.
and
if-
you'd save them in the.
yeah, whatever you wanted to do with them.
Have your little pocket.
And then she made her bodice, which is a jacket, and it's buttoned, the front's rounded, and the pelpum falls in the back. And it's based on tailoring method actually used in the 1870s, and it's fully lined, and all the seams are true to the era, and it's designed to fit snugly over the corset, which you have to be, it's got bones and all that jazz in it too, so.
Hold your
I
breath while
am
they
so glad we're not, I don't live in that era.
So Becky really worked hard on that. She also did a hat, if I can find the paper, she did a hat from the 19th century, it would have been during the Civil War era, and that's really cool too. And then we have angels, and we have, I don't know what else is in there because I
I
haven't
don't
been
know.
there since
There's so
yesterday
much.
afternoon, but it would be well worth the trip Friday night to go out and see
where's
what's
this
at. This one is at 109 Main Street,
Oh,
where the Art
okay.
Guild displays theirs. There, I think they said there's 19 shops open. They're all up and down Main Street, and Kathy, how do you say her shop? Anyway, she's on 3rd Street, right by the old brick, and she has Diane Wilson's work in there, and she has a lot of clothing for sale, and she's open on the 4th Fridays also.
Oh, okay.
And I think the Show Me Shop's open on 4th Fridays, and several of the art galleries, Mary Pura and Joy have their shop open, and Mary has her art down there. And the Spirit House has moved down on Main Street, and there's
They're big
that
open.
one and another, I can't think of the name of the business, but there's another business in there where you can buy more art and crafts or whatever. And of course, Gary has wine and art. And then up the street a little bit, there is Sam's that does jewelry, and what else is there besides Sam's? So there's so much to see on Friday the 4th, when we have the 4th Friday Art Walks, and it would be a very nice weekend, it's
Be
supposed
worth
to
your
be.
while to go in.
Exactly, and just pop your head in, and, and we also do you buy a triplet, and you go to 6 places and have it stamped, and you can win a $100 painting, and those are $5 a piece. And you go into at least 6 galleries and have
They
it
stamp it
stamped.
for you.
So every 4th Friday, we give away a $100
Oh,
painting
okay.
to one of the people who buy the thing.
But the
So-
art gallery on 109 Main Street, that is going to be unique with all these different artistic things that you wouldn't think about doing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's art. It's not on canvas, but it's art
yeah.
because it's all creative.
And most of them are hand designed.
Yeah.
I think Becky's dress had to be from patterns, but the
Yeah.
other stuff in there is what people thought of out of their head or.
Yeah, the angel
Or
was
whatever.
designed.
Jackie also looked up, when she found the steps for her thing, you create a design, and then you draw it on the fabric, and then there's a resist that you do around the design to hold the paint in, and then you paint the design, and then you heat set it, and then you remove the resist, which is easy to do, and then you bead or embroider or quilt or whatever you want on the design.
Well, it's
So
beautiful.
they've really turned out really nice.
Well, good.
So we have a
She's a
lot
very
of
good
unusual
artist.
things,
Yeah.
a lot going on this Friday.
So what do we have coming up, dear?
For the next time, we
Yes.
have, well, I don't know, what is that? Do we have somebody?
I don't think, no.
Okay, we'll have to put it in the newspaper, and you guys
Okay.
can read the paper and
So
find
if
out, and
anybody
Donna
has
put it on.
something that they want to talk about or bring to the attention of our listening audience, give us a call. You can either call me or ours or Mary Ann, and we can work you on because we don't have anybody coming up for our next show.
If you
Right.
want to just chit-chat, just call us and we'll chit-chat.
Yeah.
And our next show would be August,
24th, isn't it?
14th. We're at
Oh,
the
it's in
24th now.
August. I'm
Yeah,
in the
August
wrong-
14th.
14th?
Yeah, I got
Seventh.
it down, August
And
14th.
seventh?
Yeah, it's August 14th.
No, I don't think that's, is it the 14th?
be the second, yeah, would be 14th.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking it was the 7th.
Because see, Wednesday's the 31st, and August is on a Thursday,
Oh, okay, okay.
so it'd be the 14th.
So it'd be August the
14th.
14th. We would be more than glad to have you on our show.
Okay.
So just give us a call.
And
We like to talk.
I'm thinking that maybe we do have a guest that called, and I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I think we do have one.
But anyway, tune in on the 14th of August, and we'll be sitting here informing you of what's going on around St. John.
And I think our telephone was working, but
Nobody called us
nobody
tonight.
called us tonight, so I
Okay.
don't know for sure if it's working or not.
Right.
But
And what-
modern technology, it
Well,
probably
if
is.
the mothers didn't get to the phone, to the TV, but the grandmothers did, please tell the children about the laws and about the safety of being out there on
Of
bicycles.
bike safety,
And
yes.
Right.
the people that are walking at night, please pay attention to, because it's for everybody's safety and everybody's benefit.
And
And
I-
we don't want anybody to have accidents.
That's for sure. And the other, we are really going to have two people on, but I don't know their exact dates. We're going to have Lance wants to come back after they finish
Oh, yeah,
theirs.
yeah.
And we also have the girls from the No Bull Challenge when they get home from
Oh, yeah, when they
their
get home
trip.
from
They're
their
going to
trip,
come tell
they're
us
gonna
all about
come
their
and
excitement.
tell us, yes, yes.
So
And then
don't,
we got some young ladies who are learning some of the
knitting and.
knitting and stuff, so they're gonna come in one of these days too and talk to us,
So
so.
we have
So that'll
some
be good.
neat
Yeah.
programs coming up.
So don't forget the No Bull Challenge Youth Bake Sale at the Oberly Market Saturday morning, and you can buy some Oberly dog and
Yep.
cheese and good meat while you're out there too. So anyway, thanks for listening, and everybody
And-
have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, and enjoy the wonderful weather.
Oh, gosh,
For
yes.
sure.
Wonderful, great.
It's hard to believe that this is
August.
August, yes. Almost
up.
August, yes.
So-
And just think what a wonderful time Weingarten's gonna have at their picnic.
Picnic,
If the
right.
weather stays like
Wouldn't
this.
that
Oh,
be
my
nice?
gosh,
Because usually
yes.
it rains.
Yes, yes.
So maybe they'll have a picnic without rain.
Yes.
That would be great.
And we don't need your vet with rain, so we've been lucky.
Yeah.
We've been lucky, very lucky. So,
So, well,
Okay.
that's
We're
about
ready to
it,
sign
Don.
off, Don, so you want to
thank you.
thank you. We'll talk to all you guys in 2 weeks.